Memoache na memoa kwa ba mfambra Nnawotwe Yi so ewo Adom TV. If you also try to hear us sempa 94.7 FM. Nnawotwe Yi akọ ababetu ebiom. O se sin konya na adwendwen o man Ghana ho. Ensembe na ekọ eba o se me no nyina no yetre adwen in an attempt to be ma Ghana etumi akọ nanim. Nnawotwe Yi na President John Dramani Mahama pao ejumako biano na team biano economic advisory team ye 12 president Ankasa be chair into account will be 13-member team and the ebedi unkomo say no nkra no ade here looking at against the government and making it no ye here an advisory team ana ebedwendwen ho enne Nnawotwe Yi so and a member of the a leading member of the New Patriotic Party, Professor Frimpong Boateng, Eden Sambi Betudra in an interview or stress MPP away or Lebono as fake. And also on a member of the fake MPP. Na enomuna MPP no the General Secretary Justin Kodria Frimpong so the Betudra say omonso ashase take measures on betumi ayi Professor Frimpong Boateng efi party nemu ene ye bedwendwen sansensem no ne yahwe ne won the mother opposition MPP just some few days amokakoyi or more presidential or more flag bearer. What does that mean for the party? Ye bedwendwen and one issue ababaye asem kese pa na Nnawotwe a etwemu ko ne Nnawotwe Yi passengers omukọ bus terminals and bus stops are omunyaka. Then sensem na no GPRT say about 40% of omukas na break it down on more shops. And into nama abasa. Again, confused be say CDS stabilize for prices air buffem. Adentin a lorry fare still ano eno ewosoro. Yebedwendwen same way nyina ho. Na yahwe bia yede 9 boy yede nsa 12 boy na magana afan ntampa efra. Your friend Samuel Kojo Brace. I'm just a voice representing a team of hardworking men and women. Mobwa sejumadewe ebeba won chai baby awo. Na ene mabedwa for amini on bedi dwumade be kansa e wo studio. Me twa me hona maba me ba me dom nyina di na wahwe omo a ye na omo bedi dwumai e wo Adom TV. Any asempa 94.7 FM oni entra ye basisia ababio enfambra Nnawotwe Yi so e wa Adom TV baby owa o de afidi ato bia no ye dase say wa join here me introduce my guest enfamao ene ye wo Honorable Peter Kwache Aka, former MP of the Gold Rich Amenfi Central Constituency. Good morning, Honorable.
Morning, yeah. I'm Adom.
I'm in visit out your monkade.
Oh, me tionka.
Maybe
I'm free. I am free. A chabrunya, so maybe I'm a kubia, so chow.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe a cost of fine.
Okay. A J. Yao Sapong, a member of the MPP's communications team. Good morning.
J. Yao Sakode.
Sakode. Yes. Okay, you, Marty. Thanks for the correction. Bibiaboko.
Yes, you could cry.
Now, opposition has a design.
In fact, the opposition there said, when you're that sorry, I say, yes, it's a young couple when you be Papa Biama or my departure.
Okay.
It's a departure, and I say, oh, on qua. That's what they are said, and young couple also said, about dinner to eat him, or my work when you say, Cotra Banco Yabai. And the Abina, I sit now or near the 2 Kurumano, they become one.
Okay. All right. Yes, passengers are stranded. Lorry terminals or Mukomunyaka. Honorable, oh no, I mean, I'm sure as an MP, but now you're MP crank as I'm going for become how much as a friend. But then I will say the reasoning Tiama ye go through the challenge here, ye go through.
You mean, me chia. Or for the Otifuna and can free and pay from Amenfi Central, the constituency. Me momina Frishapa and watching so. Na a passenger a Asabia Bay, a Yadia, a Hadrin Kakra. Na as to the reason there, wow, introduction, okay, say economic indicators in look positive. If fuel price are confirmed because of the drop in the price of the dollar. Dollar no I confirm my seed negina. Fuel price I confirm. Fuel price I confirm any dollar confirm supposedly a spare parts near this way confirm. If you inflation rate and so I confirm from a whooping 23.5. At one time they were 54. And you assume 3.5. It is about 5.3. Nti just say near ma ebo e dey confirm nti by right no e dey car transportation so e bafem. Now sometimes only these things no several factors ho scarcity. Scarcity to me ma near rise. Even though you say dollar na confirm ma CD no agina no. So ade bi o ye ton na say ade no any dwamu a o say automatically eno emfa dollar no emfa CD no price no because so enti eno yade a ewo nti meje di say cars na ewo road no reduce and population nso a ewo abasity ni mu nso enso so I increase enti eno na dey hwe ho akwan but there sometimes no we are in government now enti problem ne ba we have to find solutions and me mama excuses I dey find the solutions. Anything else, President Mama, I say, Omokra buses, Ministry of Transport, so Ako Egypt, Eko Kra buses about, I'm say 300 buses. I don't know, saying the same thing, President Mama, so Accra, Ebana, to ease the transportation, problem. No. Now, what I will add, say a problem, perennial, I say a bat neko. And she also say a permanent solution to these transportation problems. No, I'm just a President Mama. He is a typical solver of problems. Or no, I share ahead. Nini maybe a year you share hospitals near DOCC near Diana or look ahead. Of your buy a year terminal 3 OC ahead every time. No. Or known for that. University of Ghana Medical Center or look ahead. And I will urge him say this time in transportation every time commuters break into look ahead. Na answer of a unsolve this problem once and for all. Because I just say fuel about from suppose spare parts a coffee there then a cars no a boy ding. Nina say cars no shortages or a be a spare pass. Cars not break it down. Most of these cars in Ayanwa, Tibedru every boat say they cannot get spare pass. And the what solution I may say, the first place buses are almost crayino. Ya crabby have a pay. And we call program back. Kufuor cra 500 buy. Mama buy and also a cra 500. And they say a cra 300. Say a cra the cra. Oh crowd the begusi cinema now after some time I say. And teacher say solution and you know. You make sure say these buses, 500 buses a crown. You manufacture we can do it. Your boy say a mechanics near the idea. Only a few engineers are. Yes.
Oh yeah, sure.
Now material engineer. Just a car. Me manager will meet me a car. Ship crash car. Oh, car they say small thing. In the first place, upa engineer did over for the start. Body near the between and said,
and yes, yeah. It gave you a plan near the idea, only broken. Okay. Titino. Come from breast crowd, quite a cow, a tema. And we can do it. Is it time to be able look to Mr. Kantanka say, okay, yeah, mamma contract. Exactly. When you're bass. Exactly, we can do that. What crowd can say? Korea, I started here now. Who share on history now? One man or bar, maybe lead and buy, none are downfall. Or man a road contracts, and a man here road. No, we are not say why a road pay car in the faso. And or start a car, any is it Hyundai? Hyundai now, yes. He was a friend of the president, man road contract, no say a car, no a car this issue. Or we are a Hyundai near, almost start here Samsung no.
na fi be ye industrial complex obi electronics ya de na ma Korea ebe ye you know just obia ohwe Japan also ni boy Toyota no ye bicycle repairer no ye ya no so start ya oye ene abeye until we can do it because ye dey Ghana dey your brains ni high they start ye car check boafo susana car bi friend boafo ni ye no ha fully until you continue and about now it is time. I know President Mama can do it. Omo starting ye these cars no ha. Ye no ha spare parts ni adi na be available. And na ye wie cars in so a ye will be a friend plant maintenance system as an engineer on the ship. All the ship kwa na engineer say engine no asay my dear say engine. Ship engineer been running for 30 years. 30 years. Because plant maintenance every a week we say we dem sesa we no asesa filter dem sesa we part we bearing dem sesa no and you running this and break it down. Now assume say all the ship come from her to America now do come baby na or you na break it down while have a fashion in ship board work change nya grow yes a kwan so car kwan na wagina there be no ensure no wave near bar so why is stationary do be change na say we don't take these things for granted. You maintaining there should be no light off. No. Light off as saying I don't maintain it where you know. I had you say you know, Yamiadum, I buy or try IPPC in a car. May any problem there. Light of intermittent ones I can't no, they are not a curtailing doom lights, no. That because we owe. But they just said light off a year banner. Inefficiency. In the various areas, be a district be engineer or honey and the now my light of neighbor. The general light of those days say on my timetable. They say supply was not there. This time the supply is there. By inefficiency in the system, the mass anime by ye culture the culture of maintenance. Okay. Right. Now Makasa is ye manufacture cars why. Then one I best solve a problem in pioneer underground rail system. A city like Accra. We must think of the underground rail system. And yes, our cars, the better car will be out of the fact. Because it's sitting here well planned. Nemo is saying, at Senadia, you're planning, underground, you're planning. You bet what shall say, you're planning. Uka London Metro, you could look at Cracky. Uka so quiet now, within 2 minutes to a draw. Because there's no traffic. They are planning the way from here to here to here. You're starting planning, Mahama can do it. Or no, what's our vision now? Out here, standing me. Yeah, you're going to scan you. This time, I'm for billions. They want a place to invest. And now, see a condition in the country now, a conducive. To say, you're going to see, if be a policy rate above them, or debt to GDP above them, be behind just economic, all right. This is the time invested between your back. Young taxi committee be when we say, Mrasu said, underground rail system for the various major cities, no Kumasi, Accra, they may be Takradi, but Accra specifically, Embraso.
Then they say if you connected by even rail, not underground, but like there's a surface rail.
And we a surface rail, no, intercity.
Yeah, intercity.
American rail system in Nakame by say underground by intercity. Okay. Inside no, near yen underground. Now you're surface from here to Kumasi, from here to Takradi. This is the time of the SRD. At one time, a Ministry of Transport, a Ministry of Railways. Yeah, and concerning 1 kilometer.
Oh, that was on the Western Rail Line.
Western Rail Line.
It's so many kilometers. Mahama here from Kojokrom to Port Harbour. I know we must buy a dream. You got it. Oh, that's the first time coming in.
Now, overhead, overhead, no, Sika a comb away. 80 well, that's also okay. Say, railway need papa because the population increase. Now cities so so expanded into your underground rail system now this time. Because the city na kasa nye plant. See, the class near the city, you know, here bunina, near planning the roads near the end between the tram. Be a friend tram. So I'll go Amsterdam near there. Okay. Over there, a train, small, short ones. I say car. Then a car quite. Okay. Finfino, then number. Now a car, and oma plan sitting well yeah o yen say nye
okay
because sitting na ye pasa nti mra so say o dey go underground na yetumi to solve this problem once and for all but for the time being there government here akra buses are a bit easy na eba no me dem hu say no a bit temporary because bus na eba no enche bia na ya sa say no
okay
I said because when they private
okay
government no had who be brave
okay
na ya koto aba na workers in the hall na ya yele basa na ya jijiska share bottom na ya ntumi maintain na bus na say na ya sa akokra foforo it is not a solution
okay but that's it yeah honorable Peter Yao kwachiaka na hotelinka no eje Yao sa akode me nhwe wo solution office and award this OTM saka year I say nipa bia na say in your time of challenge you know and onya opportunities enti sa na say Ghana ye hu nana
That's very the ka ma me fan chia kese ma wankasa ne wapamfo ma me fan chia kese nso ma tifo ne the New Patriotic Party
chairman so
mecha honorable so honorable why why branch na
thank you
na before I make bibia na masre say on the 31st of January the party is going to make a decision to have a flag bearer to lead us into 2028 elections yeah they be NDC free akunya na so me said delegates eti nyina say Drew on my young Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Adom na on science so any party any it didn't be yet nako ye hu send a form city as the experience is the best teacher so on the second trial no, we know say be triumphant na party no etimi ababetina kunya no so na nsema honorable kan na no pay a fine no kra so propaganda kakra wo mu no yetimi ede ne nyina ato nseni ani na fe ayi ne yama aboaga na fo. First of all, the transport space no. Over the last weekend, some pressure be over the various terminals no.
But no credit says that even in December.
Yes.
During the Christmas period, yeah, go around, people are struggling.
Okay, well, so Mikron put there na nkamikra mehwe see because the festive period usually under pressure na idea because people are traveling out of the urban centers and going to their villages and their small communities. Until no sabre there's a pressure no horn ma it's understandable. But oshe sisi na the space no schools na bi tertiary schools na bi last week on mobile na oko terminals na VIP VVIP o you know near then there's a pressure over pa. Now one thing apart from that and so trema adwene so yeah okay say speaking to the transport for no normal can be say most of the buses are breaking down.
Also for 40%.
About 40% of buses now breaking down.
On cars no.
Okay. Met my catcher was the New Patriotic Party. Yeah, and TBB and free transport for one, so 40 about many of their buses are breaking down. Now, the reason why many of them buses need be breaking down, and this one I have to delve in there because the chief Kasan, so need be okay, you know, or yeah, we are partisanship a kakra, and so on was team kakra. So here, NDC take you over. Honorable Kwame Abuja. Emma a halt on all construction, especially on roads. Eka so more forensic any other. And that so over here, we take it a stretch, you know, from a Pukwase, Amasaman, in some stretch and so on. Ube who say buses, no, and the cars I can see are towards the middle part of the country and then the northern part of the country, and you're not getting stacked. Cars it me dim 2 hours, 3 hours traffic between Amasaman bus stop on Kwa to Insawam Junction or some Kwa because no road in your halty road. No. A drew baby no. Adakabre or yeah a spokesperson to I think VIP. Only di yema VIP for kwa yeah various press conferences ewo kwan no so obeka ya ntokura na deda kwan no mu no na nye ntokuru ketwa. These were ponds and na yehu kwan no so but that contractor no guso na oye na adwuma no and the New Patriotic Party na flow no ko but oba yo mo stop adwuma ni nyina yehu breakages afi na ekoso obeka ya toari ne cars ano aba craba or DB common military no DB so go into construction sector no ni nyina get stuck on the road it cars break it down ho it is a cars ni break it down and look over the middle belt of Ghana the northern belt of Ghana you cannot travel to these places without passing through Ashanti region. So if you have the major road now and then a move cars no from Greater Accra through to the middle part of the country and then to the northern part of the country. That's a horn. You had this devastated road state at the beginning of 2025 and the middle part of 2025. Then you should understand that, of course, there will be a lot of breakages. It's breakages nearby and was as a result of transport minister the decision say or to constructions no bebre no ne ma kwan ni bebre deteriorate ye and ma buses ni bebre be down. Now going into the record of buses at Yakraba in the system. Osha President Kofo ne niso adi hu papa ekura no because he is coming from an orientation of a political party, the New Patriotic Party. Metro mass transport ye nyina yenim abrene metro mass system by in the 2000s ye hu ye nipa na etwe omo any cheap transportation system a President Kofo de ba kuruma enkra ana etiminya kwan efoforo buses bi edi ko school because omugina bus stops are bus ifan kra be free. And we saw a cheap transport system na running in Ghana and because of that and no emma system induce transport sector no emma na prices are not cost when it comes to charging of fares no it was being mitigated. It's President Kofo Addo power or Metro Mass. Then fast forward when the NDC took over. If you remember, Metro Mass, you scandals are now Metro Mass buses be yes, you break it down now for the NDC big boys. I started to turn now from the co-port in Ashanti region, for instance. So this was the record, and this one you can't doubt it. Now Metro Mass stations. Hey, I feel go on my buses.
Co-port doesn't make them anti.
Oh, no one to be that. We don't know why I content and so the during the time of the NDC. Now for the Metro Mass buses be and sometimes so quite catch you say, oh, be our fort Caribina, a bad engine, no, Zubamuna Faya, Sabas is moving into scrap. And then DC. Now, MPP Samba back to power under President President Nana Dankwa Kufuor, and nobody achieved Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, or more vision. Or mobile, so let us look at also Yahweh Metro Mass Kakra, Yanko STC, so then Cover Hono Kakra. Yako STC, and then Nana Comia. And a massive investment our STC. You buses don't want if you create a STC. So STC for Marco Polo buses are you have crabby book room here now for airport transport system no in Ghana. And then honorable party na abano. Say if more banners and monso more is your dim some crab buses in the it's a good thing. But my man yet to say it be a bus systems no. On the issue of Ghana history, and maybe a term na ya some buses be no cars be Ghana no correct. Even under another Dankwa Kufuor Krano, you who say I feel the Ghana na ye de I feel the assembling plants be mamba VW no other companies aba feel the na system no aye akono ama feel the na some of these companies about now yesterday assemble cars EB and the other way. And the Kwame Nkrumah penso na buses na the assemble block hanom it was towards our industrialization quest. But unfortunately, so na honorable ka wa hanom say we hu hwe and the MPP say ye railway system bia patron pakadan project no. Ade a say we ka kai wo na content and so na akohwe. But more na mobile power through the PNDC and NDC era. Kwame Nkrumah ya mbo ni din de bia na mbo de ka asem de bia mo nkwa maje Kwame Nkrumah boss wa chin CPP ni industries bibriba obi sisi gu Nkrumah say mo na mba ya beton ma ho. Tell me say Kwame Nkrumah ni industries so sisi ye no a New Patriotic Party for the tonton ma ho mo na mo ton ma ho. State butcher houses no ene bakeries ni ade cannery companies ni ade ni nyina mo na mo tonton ma ho. So you collapse the industrialization drive of the country. But the man who some of them also a man for baby and so were watching mattress monomia de almost says a name and baby. So now no we are Canada there some more crab asses about more years. But send a mocha say she said dollar above from near the I know Senka it should be coupling with industrial drive and investment attraction. It was Senka Bananka investment be I started back room I say, but we are not seeing that. And he said, if Modola number for 1 million who's idea no. If Mufu or not concluding, Mufu or not must above form no. Now they are 9.99. But all our can say is a fool. I said,
Mufu and above.
Yes, 9.99. 9.99 yeah above for me, Chief. In April 2022, specifically Friday 1st April 2022, go for Eddie or more chat by ya no more tone super at 9.35. So I say it's not as if say particular rate we have seen that before. But at that time, what was even the prices of general goods and services? She say now about the particular level you are talking about, indisputing. But what is the state of the prices in the system now? Astronomical. So it is if the inflation in above form, as we are all saying, is above form, money is sinking into the pocket of Ghanaians. Now you who said Dokunona is a free 4 cedi now 7 cedis, no, any 8 cedis near there, and so still our size is not reduced, no. Munche, the reason why the inflation is going down, yet we are seeing that. So all these things are important. Some of them crab buses number. It's a good thing. Mon crab buses number. Now you heard the public transport system, no. Now and no more so that Timamufu can have a choice on whether to choose our private if we are now say government transport system. No. I think it will help.
Thank you very much. Ejaya Sakodi, member of the MPP's National Communications Team. Solomon Owusu, Director of Comms,
Director and spokesperson
of a United Party and your movement for
UP. We be free party. Party Akonosa already.
Say Tramaka, that's your way.
Well, you better say, you know, I don't know. For next president before now.
Munamukuta, the Great Transformation Agenda.
Absolutely.
GT. Oh, GTP.
Transformation plan. You got your plan.
Okay.
Manifesto the abortion go.
Entimuanka transportation and short to crew and commanding. And then I'm more as I'm
coming. Because what said your car, you know, what for GTP, your children, your money being under transportation. Oh, so when you plan the son, over Trahano, wouldn't need some guess ya will become. And once I refer to Bible. Na anka why day. Wakumini and say, oh, mine, Yakoya chipa. Tieme. Ya me one was say aka afebako na yenya 70 years a film right ya je ya fa hodi na in the 50s and 60s na your efficient transport system na rail ya adwuma na road ya adwuma na your shipping line Black Star lines.
I work there.
O so cry we marine engineer.
Yeah no
na your Ghana Airways. Satam no one ekuta PhD ukuruma no more 30.
I mean, we are just a minute of your time.
Yes.
A man saying a Black Star Line go here.
That's Black Star Line. Black Star Line. Debts. You be near debts.
Boka.
A boka bebre. Inti ena. There was a strike, a major strike when I was a cadet. They are called strike. They are called strike. Na I say ships no baby could be na you were a international federation. ITF na Ghana na officers here parts nti embra ye call strike na this minister of transport or ye Harry Sawyer or dismiss all the officers and ye petition to the ITF nti ITF na every place ship ne be kono they refuse to work on the ship nti na say I stranded in all craft Filipinos. And was sacking all the officers. I was a cadet then. I was also sacked. No, the Filipinos buy. And they were taking about 3 times the salary we were taking. And it didn't make sense at all. He said, "So you are the Ghana for or the Filipinos." And the Filipinos look maybe every port. Now say association who say woman they refuse to work on the ship. Now I stranded. If you are shipping besiwa 2 months. Now ship the port for 1 month. The amount of money you pay, yes, and if you now be deviled with the debts, you know, starting here 20 ships now. And that time we had, I think, 20 ships. We had all Kwame Nkrumah to about 16, and Lima so only 4 cars, only by 20. And it was a very vibrant shipping liner. If you buy and if you in Kopu, they sold all the ships. And yeah, you cadets we were stranded. And I called for it. And I sailed outside for all my years after cadets. No, because that was the history of the Black Star Line.
Okay. To confirm, we be saying that you were Nyoma a year, Juma, and I say no. And until be any one more a year new. And once I go back, Nyako fan your papa na 50s, 60s, 70s near one, near implemented. Petrol must buy Unini, minimum. May a short of 1,000.
No, no, that time showing to coin. Time I'm saying to coin a metro bus.
Oh, metro bus.
No, buy no. Name war junior high school.
Yes.
So the policy was a young Cordano, yeah, 5 for free.
Directly from Osa. Oh, minibus service. Yes, you not quite those days. A key.
Okay.
Who are big near far. In fact, I think
I saw Osa.
Osa, you saw Osa. You wouldn't have missed Osa. Yeah. And you know, you're very big. You change the her policy be a better abandoned. Oh, okay. Near money, dear, the fufro. And unti sanko fa yenchi. But yenya a crop of political office holders are yabresu dodo na yakromfo. Krono ne doso. Offer Ayalolo, offer Metro Mass, offer STCA. Okwa one single team and run it through the entire into me in an national. What was I didn't VIP to me survival? Prime Uncle Grow.
I'm to be account.
I'm to be account. Ahead then a GPR for Rickety Cassie or Quansry. Obj car that bako.
That's an OS survival.
What I say? OA. Exactly. Share. Your friend say, Obi, Uncle Koto, Bakoda Debbie, Obit me a crack no to me no idea. Account. Now I buy you me top 245 buses I hallo. Near the amount. Because you amount 245 buses are. In fear me, no, yes, but so the catcher says, yes, ho. But rather, also a multiply na baby 500 because they be a wood yet, many move so. And I'm a one. Yes, I'm a business here. And yet, they're not buying you a human on guano. More a japadia. A fibasono, not a swatting. Yes, yes, a buying some fesica. And yet, a vanquiship air chrono. I alone no could see a bus back could be a nebois or motor no. Could you have Bequaco Tungo Fufu? So be a woman, no body be a account. At the end of boy, $1,000 or Cabnani and $10,000. And in Chino. Boso me be a sikaos or Chiama campaign on Coto free one. The Omoje free, a quan so by way of revenue, who would chat a you. In Yako could share revenue, no Cabana Jash in Butum. And at the end of the day, Omun Yesika say, yeah, or medical could share for mental better parts. The same thing as Metro Mass, the same thing as STC. And General Metesom Penny Abedi Chicas a buying a quaco talk to another. Mr. Abame for Scankush, Mr. Yeah. Wrong investment, you best sako boka. Instead, no, a buy non guarantee Emma the private sector. Not private sector, no, and co negotiate no one to. Because a buy my guarantee Emma bank, be my bank issue, it be a letter of credit, not private sector, Kojiba, or no, or about the run Eddie Tiasa can.
And General Secretary of JPR to catch him said they had ordered for some buses from there's a manufacturing company in China. Near Munya, a letter of credit. A letter of credit. In Jomoch Bank, you know, on your bank for microfinance. Also, a Crobian Udu, a Dubai airport where Ankara Credit see. Okay. All the major airports in Riasia. As I said, I buy answer. I want you to tour and move do with me. I'm back on a major project in Riasia. Asa. Energy, what they tie Uncle Cretch, Sika lose baby webby, no Macofaba. Beyond that, say, Okofa buses and crying solution. I can't bear no how by Faso. Yenya Soriano by Yako, Oka, and Yenya won't cry, Yako Kashi Ministries. Tia one place. It is all of 300 buses by it means 300 buses in year 2 Yavaka traffic. Meanwhile, you're depending on before, a bit more transport station a DQ so. Uncle Dream crying. And you mungu and some round. That time Nina the echo. So it calls for say develop the real system.
ekuro bi etumbo memfa wo nkwa ma no ne say your friend say UK ni that be ko Cairo metro system no ye adwuma lines ni ye adwuma ti tini pa no so eno so e wo form bo no wo form ti obi enu a ade we minim say 2 o'clock by 2:05 e ba be drop mafo a na me 2 cars e ba be di traffic.
Asem we are okay. Is it 2 years ago when I started running Tamaline?
Yes.
I was placed as a reporter to report on it. And now me to make out here. Na ma park as a prochona.
Aha.
Na my fire was just 7 days.
That is
a VIP.
I don't want you VIP.
Now they about a
yes.
And then I see a coin be was and my faka.
Now about office traffic.
No.
Traffic
was smooth.
That is it. And it's cheap. That's the point. And the sun you way no any rocket science so. Me no cause ko Addis Ababa omu ye bi. But Chromatro proposal ko say aban fa guarantee tire chini enkoye just asad ye ewia say be say minim adwene wo ye tirim. Kwado minim kanipa de ewia say PhD fo yi do so yi na nka solutions ye de do so. Yakwa be ye chia ma he edipa ego. Currently Accra's population men Accra nkasa 2.8, greater Accra 4 million. Population growth 2.8%. It is projected that by 2050 Accra's population will move to 9 million. Now if it is at 2.8 you can ye now with the same lazy attitude you could do 9 million nipa.
Which means working out the plan of the city itself with the transportation should be priority.
Priority, and it goes with your settlement plan. Okay, I still maintain. And you know maybe also busy down way. You know, you will come live a boy. We are taking a survey of a diaper pay ukruma, a woman potema, a diaper benoa. And who go in you?
Oh, that's
master, a moment better grano. And don't you buy men found quite brought you once again. Would Addis Ababa, Ubisi Daya, ye flow to say, I know Biabe to us.
There's a top you be
a Sani, ye cost, ye could you. Yakran was yes, I is as ye Nisika, a broso. And in George, the woman you have be good, be a woman infrastructure. What may I day? Amen. Gala, you done Papa Vedo. O de Cadapa while I do. As we're being crew, North Condition Wahai. Like a beer caution. Eden and go food jai side, a two baby, a friend, a friend, Russia near you do with. How who won't go Russia? That Russia for me, who may be any friend Russia, I'll bet you here. See, baby, the Israel, just the dear Cassia. And so, Dan Papenio, this is why you expect the city authority say, yeah, bim, and also not man, I'll do Sikabeshimu. And yet guarantee all the templates are there. Say, Abano equity escrow account, one of the private real estate developers, not ordering the counterpart, and that's ordering the tax rebate, you know, why yen say a equity in the business, Musidana, and don't you want to remember family where they open, because you'll be away with school for only here 2 bedroom.
One,
Chimay hall, or be a wire for only here 2 bedroom. Now, a bind to where we have bought ties are ye, ya co meetings, ya qua, the beer, the value is nil. Marine in Nnawotwe TV, you're trying to do before Fagusi Parliament. Can't the moon say, ye be in a fro. Ye marine in you.
And I have one question.
Why, if I have question on the material, ye marine in a balancotia. That's the problem we have for you.
And to go to get all my day.
But now you or what advice the transport ministry here and go ye. How advise me? Or transport ministers in me, no, technical know how they are supposed to lead your policy. Emma?
And I'm for a consultant.
One cofano. One more cofano. That's the political parties in Ghana. That is why the United Party still insists so until Ghana best shifted. Yeah, a new political party a bit more. Yeah, if you've been going far. Could you brace with your why must you be here? Put the right people round square in round holes. And then I'm about interim any dear. Abanisa buses, no, and yes, a buses in your hole. Traffic no quite a solo. To drivers need to Omon Comrano, not Hana Chuk. into omu nyina egu kwan so me hu bus be free system but say ngofo ka say
OGPN to confirm say about 40% of their cars are broken down.
That is the point.
Yeah, the MMT Metrobus so just said their buses be broken down.
Ti dia na wo ho na December e year adwuma no wo ho e be free so just said ya say akwakwa de because me private man am me car go wo car e year adwuma obeka say opesa ba ye tutu ndo park na be de kutua
I know OGPN to grab beside.
What you say? So it doesn't. Let's face the reality. But you know, every problem is money. The solution of every problem is money. I buy you this opportunity. Now me short termism. Comprehensively, no. What you young tackle just to road and rail. You were only 4 hours from Accra. So I say Accra Tema, Accra Oyarefa, Accra Kaswa, and Accra Insawam. Yeah, this are really two pesokra, ye matema de no to Accra. And Sawam de to Accra, yeah, Juma. You be reduce.
I don't know for Kaswamo. Temane Kaswa.
I know there, on because of your investment. Make cut your lines already.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, politics. I don't know. Just realize, you coach is in your labor bed, ever be so. Hey, yeah, Cocotuaba. Yeah, if you say, politics, you nyanza, and your social media for which yet you chrome one, you be catches your fresh real coach every Poland.
And I said, I buy a credit see line so. I think they did another test last year.
The BIA test, to be uncle for money testing.
And so when you accident, tell my yen for front.
You see, you Nina propaganda. Yet do be or say, or man, you mean libre. Now you guys say in someone, the BIA kind of 10 years, your cost watch said no solution. No solution. And car transport as well. I was a creative business man, on mine, and yet Dana, and no a problem. As a bus as a coach as a friend is a versus as a Hetema to Enkrai, all from Sakumo Oban. A Crobian developer, it's all free Istanbul, Asia, a Udu take your over Europe to Asia side. And that's why you go for team.
Ship no a cruise boat.
Yeah, cruise boat. What's a car and a paddle? One more MP Reno. Not on what so. A fast ashore line now. About you go in crime. Yeah, it was a year rose now and Chena said no. The pressure on it will reduce because it's here be a road. Yeah, and now a China. You do quite papa be a quam sat 300 buses a buy so quack of Fabi or Kofaba a nini answer a bessa say.
Do visitors can come from your quite home.
Or more apart from that, maybe them so more guarantee my private sector being ye. I buy them not be regulated, said be amount to warning by heart. Madam Vice President Miss Rowe, and who be penty. Samosa Meboa won't publish the cost of each Ayalolo bus, but the mamma say assignment. Miss Ramo, multimedia, go for me. Go and find out how much each Ayalolo bus costed this nation. Now, a simple set on the internet. Don't even go to the manufacturers. Now, a Bob won how much. Mine, we are afraid to be in economies of scale. Tawo to adie bibrea ne boy dey e wo fom na ye nhwe se omo ye oman no omo di abro na se omo ye yi. That is why the real issues. It's not about say obi na tibe bi na o chinchim di pansa ye ne sa ebe boye pa say a national transport policy in 2020 omo launch baako. Why is that we couldn't implement it? Just ye trokeke. Now you just started to say about decentralize your ministries and agencies. No? Every morning obi a ko kanshi, obi a ko makola, obi a ko ministries at day. Yet me chichemu baby ko baby. Obi a pe boy.
Say the call baby and Jennifer cry.
Na Jennifer cry baby am ko another disaster. Hwe, obu ko anom ko hwe omu ko no hope. Chese yen solve problem o. Enti Cape Coast kwa no start year and also another disaster waiting to happen. For all my background, yet to me, ye bibia, a bell lasting enough for all of us. So, I say, a crobia could be a, you will be a spare pass forward. And Fanessa, I was so careful in to Aquafina. Also, Aquafina, don't spare pass. Is that what happens? Okashi for force of when you move Wakaswa. Was there doing a yana? Obako Akoto, because you have no other option. Sunday, ya chichiro mine. na de bia de ye push you almost one place. Now fe anymore ya ministries in so buses. They must begin to roll out their staff busing policies.
Okay. All right. Yo, Matamedasi. Many of my cornea share a gentleman be no calling for the sack of one of the heads of ASR state transport companies, you know. And again, the vice president in Samoa Katre transport operators in the wake of crisis are your way and so Yankoshe, Yaba, Yabetwaswa.
Atuforcing is performing well. When you go to Bank of Ghana, the governor over there is performing well. When you go to MPA, fuel was 17 cities, now 10 cities and 11 cities. Is it not performing well? So what is the transport minister doing at his office? What is he doing? Recently, when there was shortage in October, November and December, he said he's going to bring STC to come and curb that madness.
But he did.
He did. How many weeks? And how many days? Have you seen the STC in town now?
It was meant for just the festive season.
Meant for the festive season. Are the people in Ghana not going under the same stress today? In people in Ghana, are they not going under the same stress today in Ghana?
There was a directive that the buses will be released again.
The buses will be released again. I'm laughing because of the buses will be released again. You see, we shouldn't be artificial problem solvers, but rather we should solve problem once and for all. The state need to have the transporters, engage the transporters. Let's sit down and see how we can solve the problem. The minister being appointed as transport minister. How many times did he convey meeting between us and ask us, yes, you people have created artificial shortage. So how can we patch up, how can we resolve that artificial shortage? Have he done that? Since inception of him being a minister, he didn't even call a meeting of stakeholders to know whether we are facing challenges or not facing challenges. He's saying we are creating artificial shortage. What artificial shortage are we creating? The problem is that about...
So that's him or refuse. And I think GPRT for now said the accusations that more create artificial shortage, you know. As a private man, there is no need of a parking a car when or say they disagree. But also more me in charge of managing the sector, no? And heads have to rule there. Yeah, we'll go to Vice President Assurance Odema in the wake of this crisis.
Services to promote and improve access, to ensure affordability and security too for the motoring public. We are taking steps. So we are therefore taking steps to improve the public transport system, not only by retooling, but also, you know, of the state services, but especially of the private sector too. And I hope that answers your concern about the support that you need.
Ono swafo no hwahyen so Joseph Bukari ni pe enso enkasemu ene wo kire nyehuya se wono betumi anya boss bia eno beboa wonwedi ahodo mu na mo hawodo passengerfo ekomu no so no tumi abrase.
We in the Ministry of Transport since December have noticed with increased number of persons on our roads and doing business in our intra-city perimeters. We took in some measures some few days during the December and Christmas and New Year festivities. That brought it to some control. But we believe that a lot of people are out doing work and going about their daily activities. And this has brought pressure on the few vehicles we have in our country.
But I say, in some way, by no, go for a brace with Chromadrin, or big chance I owe penny no down no. Yes, I can. Hey, you're going to go away. Yeah,
Vice President Jenana Opokuajima Eko PMO Ewo Ayafro Oswafo Aono and Wentimi Antobia.
When I assumed office as minister responsible for local government, I called Ayalolo boss. We gave you 200 buses in 2016. 2014. Tell me, how many buses have you added? He said 0. And I said, tell me why I should allow you to be there. If 200 buses, they are all depreciating, they are all running down. You are not increasing the fleet. Then, based on that, step aside. A new boss came in. And, Your Excellency, what I will need from you, when the new boss came in and realized the problem, he went to Spanish embassy. They wanted to give us a grant. All that they needed was for the Minister for Finance to give a letter of no objection. We followed, and I think with your presence, it will be given.
Private transport operators enso edi to aban nanim se womo eye nhihye edi ama ahyen awodo a aya na womo nso enka.
What we are currently having, the issues we are having and contending from 2023 and 2024 seems to be repeating itself. Whenever there's a budgetary allocation and then they go to share, they allocate how much they'll give to Metro Mass, how much they give to STC, and forget us. Now, this issue was hard hit, so we had to go and approach Callistus and said that all our letters to have a meeting with the president had not yielded the results.
Our operational vehicles, I mean, the past two that about 400 and something, but as we speak today, we only have operational vehicles about 130 buses. We have unserviceable buses numbering about 227. We have buses that we can service. In fact, those with major faults are about 80. Those with minor faults are about 40. And so in total, we have our 478 fleets of the company. But unfortunately, this company, which used to boast of over 1,000 buses in some time past, today can only boast of about 130 buses that we can route daily. And so our predicament is so glaring.
Well, Nnawotwe Yi say Metro Mass Transit, for example, are more about 478 fleet, but out of that, just 130 per. And on the edgema, the biada on between my edgema. So, the issue,
did you know manager?
And I saw manager, so company, 478 fleet, or manager.
That's a bus in the city, also work as in the city. Because
it was your proposal.
I said, what now my bus no air packet? Yeah, that work as I'm on my air packet. That was almost sorted. Of course. Send you 30 and yet the managing 30 buses. Then the buses now be 15 extra no way. Sort as you. Aha, a corruption. A trouble to you. And the MD is yes, I can. Oh, now what to our manager? Yes, yeah, baby, I do. You do be sure that baby say improve the situation there. And it's out to me improve what? Men are very well, baby, to so that be young passoa. One can hold to me, manner. No more food before Koyagma.
Mr. Goja, the transport minister near Quedi and Common Pamno. And I said, reshuffle. Any day,
me, near one yard dream, papa. Me no one yard dream. Yeah, problem there, you want. Yeah, you're probably a serious problem, yet, minister, within this very short period, which may solve a problem. In try to make sure they are a long term. Now, as an abbas, me, never be a kind, me, rebate. Okay, I said, wrote to a woman, a pressman. Wrote to a woman time, no. Mamma, I shall see you. So, more fear, Mamma, no shares I wrote, and I say, on by my year, be I'm doing a bit of jay. It's about a year to elections, no, not that road, no. It was not that conscious. I'm a fast with beer. It was not. And my road miss say much I say, we never be grand fat. Government he buy, and I would do a very short time. I was starting no qua, which was on my yema, a quite a so near records are uncheck it. Now, Obia or was beers or pa unfree into this unfree to this program. Non confirm say. About a year to last year in the Senate road now Omugusaba corner.
That even that December time, that contractor and work on so.
No, contractor was but not no records being done. Anyway. Almost a beyond 1 year, I'm telling you. Almost a beyond 1 grade and a dazzle.
Oh, that.
Oh, Minia, check your records here. Yes. They were not doing anything.
The contractor was.
No,
move out of sight. Over corner back.
And I'm telling you. Something fast. Oh, Papi, the phone line. I didn't want to be done.
Make sense. Say, yeah, only be phone line. I know what I'm talking. Now I said, oh my yard must say road no I passable. And I allow now can say NDC top in ground buses in Didn't you cover that story? And now the crab bus say go during their time they refused to put the bus in operation. Okay. Actually, I know the when you am saying na you have finished no cause about me about we my kind of several platforms. You be crowd me so about me about a done deal for NDC. And the idea
when I buy a tough.
Oh, on back you say young man Ken will lose, but he will do better than Baumia. No matter who they bring, you know, they will lose the election. But Baumia by West, the only he will go back. About West, huh? Baumia 38%. And from here was a 41%. Okay, also 40-something%.
41%.
Okay, but me, now say a question beside me. Yeah,
that's what you are.
Debbie, and I'm just saying, probably a one. And yet immediate solution.
Oh, so was sack minister immediately.
I'm waiting to see, say, in some of your car, meaning only underground railway system. On find them planning for 2 years. I buy this kind of you.
The transport minister in here.
Oh, I feel say on Shana on yes, long-term planning because this problem yet only this time. I repetitive. Permanent solution between the eye.
Yeah, I was going to and did no cry what I say. And you no cry. Say NPP buy a yellow buses in Granny. In some way, in Kansan be saying 2 for 2 Mugana for any. Ayalolo buses, local government minister. Was say or call or co engage you on. Has the local government minister told you, say, the director no or man as a manager no or essay and the new patriotic party are granting those buses? If those buses were grounded up, then of course they are brand new still sitting there. And so why is it that they are saying, say, buses like a crab and say more trouble? It means that the buses were used. Oh, but the whole issue, you know, sir. In some quiet okay. Me it's a stretching so. Before elections, Maripuma was there. Maripuma is one of the contractors or what capacity power can say power Ghana. Maripuma. And we had the trucks a goose before elections. You can't be telling me that one machine penana the washo. Not all compacted and all the time or compactiana say woman say a so a born was on the grade and it was much. Did you see that congestion and it was happening before election? It means that the road was on course. One a mobile and I must say, young go to your mobile forensic among who and that was what caused that traffic. And my quite devastated by that deplorable state by my VIP forecast say, come back a strike. My buses in 2B and a honor mark with the Dimrika. Eka send the Sadia, they are going to re-engage Maripuma to start the work again. It is don't throw dust into the eyes of your viewers. She said transport as some year can in chief. Adia Bakwa mene senior bayer is that DNT na private person top basa and answer utiminya wretched car no manager no to car mo. Mamembo nipa ba ko pedi yesu dia. Yes, dear, be a VIP buses. If I say VIP buses, be a bear 4 5. Then in a space of short time, no one multiplying the buses. No, there are no but state institutions there. And one thing is that look, say obi ye individual join a political party, not the party bar bam. Not say your man appointment to go to any of these transport a year. Now you're celebrating the party for no. Food soldiers are celebrating the Panadiantia because you say, "Honor now, or con a Didi, never." But if you're the Jumane Baba Mount, that's him say, caveat da home, strong KPIs at da home. Look, in the private sector, when you go to banking and operational, you work in everything you can find. Yet the Jumama, you taught us and I catch you say, this is the state of Ejumano. Ejumano, say it here. Tina ye penny power baba ye no usu betimi aye ade ne ti say ye ni so ade hu se pese move ni free hakwa de na wo free say ye ma wo wa wo betimi aye e de move according to the visions and missions of adwuma no na wa kire it is a capital say na apa no convention say the man bitimi aye ye release resources na ma na wo ye ni nyina no na ye den ye monitor. I don't think any private person may not be so crab buses of 300 400 500 na obewie na buses na ba kokra meka ho. And one thing I was say ye hwe when it comes to the state transport systems and they say bus bia obehu say move bia nipa ite bus nim ticket cost no tickets are yate for goods so a gu bus na se no pay about half or about 2/3 of the same cost sika yenya free nipa na team no ko nipa ba ko tena one seat so a charge ya charge no say nipa na niema egu ase ne bi kra ya charge more than that or even half of it of the cost na say niema no. So we have to go the level of you see that's why I'm saying that we have to go the level of automation. I also call the level of automation. Automation is the solution when it comes to the state transport system.
But automation, so you're taking away jobs. Priority of
there be many pioneers automation, but the automation is a system where there's encryption and you can't tamper with the system. There are a lot of systems. Say automation systems are a year be or oil and gas sector, normally banking sector, normally ade. And the private companies be or more inuma be or more ankasa for automation systems are or more de monitor ni party ho. But who nipa no say be anka have 400 be automation system na want to be for 5 pe. What I say, and because of that no
so
so that sika bia yejiji bia no enye nipa nsem keke na efa keke sa but machine a record say na ene yefa but ene no bia obekọ no atete kitama afi loading no na loading boy bi ni na edi ano wotimi na obi di loading ano from 300 cedis wo na aba be dru bia 150 cedis na eno kra kire say one man paper bia so kire so 150 meboa so at the end of the day nipa no na ede eba be kire say odisika say na ede ebeko it an dey mpo the private sector but say eba the government so adwuma private mpo na wan twere bo na nto ho na government dey no be twere bo na nto ho no de be kwa kwama abai. That is why you continue to have the bus and your back crabber, and at the end of the day, it means double. So the whole point is that going forward, say the Juma Beshons are not even a transport system alone. Yamfa the private orientation, the private entrepreneurship thinking, Yamfa mura running of the state enterprises. Na yen task amount for say Juma no fan we a politician, why your party Juma, Okobo posters, ya buy yes who deserve. But deserve no. Systems say ni buy and be 5 buses na o. Ye the adwuma ne ba be ma in the space of 1 year. Let us see the progress. Here we say who nyam faso. Loss say we ni na o. If at the end of the day no, who did na say system na cost wa obi anu ni asem. But say ye na say system na editorate. So editorate now that so to one say okobo poster and I say bibia. Then what is it? That before I conclude, chief, me about underground systems in India. You see that brains of which say you find the same committee because an board view. Now then I can't one. One man limited by the time or mobile district clearance and have a there's a lot he has to say. Okay. But me just sure say yet no rebel be with my stress.
I don't know it's not directly under the transport minister.
Local government ministry. But you see, we are transport minister. You can't transport any day. I also a far so I say I has to be regulated. And the transport ministry has to work closely with the local authorities.
That's what he says they do. They work closely with them.
So far, they almost working closely. Insurance papa. There is that disjoint. Such as here. Enkoye. I was your penny 245 and I'm okay say 80 penny a year.
And the MMT. Okay, yes, I think yeah, yellow susa.
Obekola bus sinina ya party. And to share pass more than you bottom sika koto bus here. Come here, man, to Japan something. It's not by a buyer just for the sofa so pan say. If it is the case, I buy the has to be annual as your park here. Now, a buy involvement in a sofa so they say. We need to revisit it. Okay. You mean Tonko at our current rate of growth, no? So you mean so problem with the any do 9 million dia 100 per bia will be a benanti. Say yes, you cromada. Bonya be musam conform nantico caswani. Any merisadi will croben in Yatia Sanuma etwe. It may not young fan your ma and yet politics. Kasi at Croman so for sky train aba. Ground train crying you, Cofona elevators here, you come.
There would have been one way to.
Yeah, from Muslim. Yeah, from the great.
But a rim from the rim.
Papa, yeah, pay beauty. No, Marco for beautiful a yabe. Yeah, pay a beauty. You say, you could rim. Not Yakuye.
No great Yahuska.
2.5 million chopable dollar. Nako,
you see 1 pillar crowd.
So, a year to be uncle, Edwin Goswan and say politics. Yamu between a year to mano. And your private sector, yamana, young corner, make us say, bottom line here, corruption. I buy a DBA, no, I'm saying, by your François. You order, this is here. Tabia 1,000 will come, I beg you 10,000. Not you buya faso, T and check, never, not be 15.
Okay, all right, but that's it. Yanko break never now, but all can't be, we are certain issues. And Yanko break never, others overall.
Hey, say, nearby in America.
Oh, as a over a gun, I am from a car.
Oh, when I may support say, well, I'm saying we now can be their privatization, okay. I'm say government intervention, and what? Yes, yeah, government Juma, Bass, an okra, a boarding, a bape, now you're running down because it's government. And she emerges working, and then you say, Yama private, yes, government in support, not private for in yet. Now government in concentrate on the infrastructure.
Absolutely.
Oh man, oh yeah, roads near the no, better since say government crab and it will not work. And I said, prefer only a crab, near could be no, a bit care or drive when I have, but given a time within 6 months, now starting to I support a year.
Okay.
And this is Omoyade. Na omomfa we nye start.
Okay.
Na yense the narrative no kra.
Okay. All right.
Na underground this time. Underground rail system no. Enye di on. This machine e borrow. E borrow machine be si wa. E tu ase ne ko si ase a. E kwori na le eniema
e wi ase ya fofofo
jajajaj. Ono abe le wo no bibia na ka Hamas. Probably a underground na omni Israel group. Omni na hye na se. Sa system no mo use. And say kanina London, metro, no, slaves.
Slave free.
Those days, no, imagine said 18 something.
Yeah,
almost 30 underground rail system. Yeah, 2025, it means 2026 years. It means this time they use machine could see us here. One day, no, about to make to several kilometers. And investors will come and do it.
They will come.
I best solve a problem in Kra.
But I'm from a consortium.
I would you just a bribe.
All right. Memo Aquabio and from Nnawotwe Yi. So, Oko Facebook and Adom TV show no a channel or otherwise we're doing to Abefa. Okay, mankind in Elembele. Mankind ujuko ne muongra na manga many bad ujuko ne wunde baba because you are when you are commenting like this on someone, let it be straight. Once it is straight, I'll read it. So although it is there, but muntum na mankind. So mankind in Elembele, forgive me, but I cannot share your thoughts there. Yanko from Pomboating and the MPP. Nnawotwe Yi into me was Ebia Professor from Pomboating Okaino for the role of play as the chairman of that interministerial committee on illegal mining. When MPP was in power, he became the minister for environment. Nnawotwe Yi no din komo bi obabi na say MPP and yet the MPP are no na we a fake MPP. Na real MPP members no more underground on one show. and Justin Frimpong Kodia de Krata Bibatuja say, and I didn't say Bibatuja say, or more share processes I say, now or more actually no more delay with Professor Frimpong Boating. Yankwe na yenkotie Justin Frimpong Kodia na fe miwiana abame studio ha na edin komo
MPP mayoko no echiremu a wonom yenhye ya kane soafo no hwe na enrada na Professor Frimpong Boating MPP mayoko no echiremu a wonom yenhye ya kane soafo no hwe obaade abobrem abode nyansape ene abefo kwanso dwumedi ho nsem so Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boating ombepam ne fra manyoko nim e won nsem bi a okeka afa wo ho a mochira emfa na kwanso kra na enrada na Professor Frimpong Boating kwetena Channel 1 TV so a one Benadavle ekwetwe nkomo na wode atodwa se MPP manyoko no se de TCC no kese wonum ne enu nyam kra enye amanyoko papa enti wono de onka ho kra na we MPP akane na wenim na eba no saa na MPP amanyoko no de abetudwa se enyaade a saa nsemu yi wo mugitum kra yano nti enimwanimu ya wonum ehwe na wonum eyin we fra amanyoko nim na afi bebe ya opese okobona sesen no akwa akopiem ho na wakire se
na me busa se statement e free o general secretary ho aba no wanya bi akan
well me obi ko for the big me say statement be from general secretary but general secretary on me no me share no krada me share no da me ne kasa da but what I'm saying is I'm just waiting for official communications from them.
Yeah, because I say in the statement, I say Obe refer to NEC. And the NEC would have to take a decision on you, but we're invoking the constitutional provision for expelling a party member from the party into what status will move a UF free party. And there was a NEC, it may approve our decision. No.
Okay, I'm just I mean, so a lawyer also here. I don't know when he completed law school, maybe a lawyer or teacher, real school. No. Now, for this man to say, Ubia Bomipa and America the Americano, I am very sad. I've been very consistent. Sir, Omopa, a dear man on the party, for the years, over the years, But then I've been very consistent, very concerned. So, party and Kofa Brown, some Rantia, so what I'm saying is that faction, or General Secretary, that's a fake thing. Now, they should quit. They should quit, and then the real party will stand.
Yeah, no, but you are still repeating claims, Ama secretary issues, because when you say party,
I don't care what they do. I mean, look, he is fake because they won't fake. Tell said Obiya program from 9 to 10 p.m. Almost 6. Now we see NEC I issue statement to somebody from the party. They can go ahead.
No,
I'm not even respond.
That be one kasa NEC or no as general secretary, and when you invoke provisions in the party constitution say or refer to NEC.
Look, he's not a mature general secretary. How can you a program that ends at 10 p.m. and then before morning, you issue a statement? They can issue any statement that they want. I will not miss them. Obi.
But
I don't care what they do. Look, they are destroying the party, and somebody must stand up for that.
Okay, what have they done to destroy the party? And this uncommon. And then they destroy the party now.
Look at all the things. Look at how we lost the election. You didn't go there. So, abuse of power, corruption, arrogance, and the party could not stand up to anybody. Obi,
no question ni the Kaiser now will be opening from Pomboating, which is in Bigu Kata. So now, me, yadi any any ubu at the mano as opening. Name your best says political party, dear. A switch in the Pebia. Eti Mekaisa only Casa Wakasa, make Nidia. President, former president near the Yakan, also has to mean a fake. You see, a basana na oya ma yen sebe enkwano so no ya to bia ma no ba me nyene saa. O kan sem bia enimu na mo kan se ebra ye to aba ye di nkugo no. Se ye be ye hwehwemu kra na nka ye hu ne ye ko so kra no ya anye. Mi kire mu se enye no kore. Ye wo professor from Pomparty committee. I for professor Michael committee.
Yes.
Professor from Pomparty as mo awo kan enye no kore. Omode bosu bebe mienu ekomiensa na ye omudwuma. Omuwie no so National Council Society Lawyer Frank Davis Committee. Omo mususu mu. Ema enema na ebi hu behia se ye besa kira constitution mu no. Omo ye eno ne me call conference e Legon. General Secretary wo. Fakwa I was General Secretary to na hono tena. Electoral Commission regarding General Secretary as General Secretary. Omo na ordinance share krata ati ansana your presidential candidate. Odi mu amiato ne swaba. Omo na ye official spokesperson of the party. Yeah. I won't very need any obubi man dia.
Well, and some by what you interview with Professor Frimpong Boateng and later Henry Nana Boachi. Mr. Timfu in your circle.
I don't know.
Mr. Timfu, so we are not about to.
So, that's it. Yes, you have my own party.
That's what come and so you can not go and you have been Chilibiama. Or can say we are making
one also a good party.
I don't know.
Professor Frimpong Boateng can and now say senior more can I say or yet you may be a good party no fee. I was saying with Tiano and I move is a more direction about taking is the right one.
First of all, Professor Frimpong Boateng, the mere fact that a professor alone tells you say he has some stature. He's an academician, and he in the record when it comes to heart, surgeries, and in that part of his life and his contribution. Nipa obewi asia watimi enam no so Nyankopon nam no so ama waje nkwa ahodo de ko waye bi. Now the New Patriotic Party comes from a tradition. Say we be describing New Patriotic Party ne say party no a fake party. Whether the current state of the party no and now if we say a fake whether a fake acheo and assess city biano. Going by his own wording, no one in Sama or Kikaya, no. Many dreams of a party, a fake party. The reason is that party, people like him, maybe a trim, party ninti unya kwenya a hoodie positions be. Emma NDC ebe pamu yefria kunyam 2008 December, our mobile 2009. I whole any free baby I know cardiothoracic center on you know a bus eti radio so baby a TV so near can be my papa ye kuro ye you and then you defend the papa no ye and ye that's what party no and the party than the fake party no sabre na ye communication ye defend the papa no bo defense sa wukuru hanom sa ma papa yes aba mu bi from 2017 January edeba so osanso nya position of party ama obaye sa insensem ekofa ba galam say won sem excavator won sem bruha interministerial committee won sensem ebaye ho achi later ye say nyon ko na service bi adwen wo tirim ti obi hofro so take over the position. This was where the bitterness came from, and this is where the bitterness started. To me ankasa me one analysis. But I say pro for tears, say in politics, no. Sometimes ubetimi perform exceptionally well, but not the timing and the fact that there are other people also in the quest of the party to come to power, no. almost so what line, no so I say, be quite more be most so bambi. Ntinye de bia na be ma ya no be wura omu saa na be ma wo be explode now be go the extent you are going. To the extent that even limited to some na wudi kan no kranka party in this statement he buy was about be kasa. You are calling a bluff of everybody. And I don't think say the new patriotic party na nim party na e ho ye makono anti mimi wom no. Look, some of us ye free whence we were even below 20 years. I think around 19 years. Now some of us, me personally, my history in the party, me university I'm a core. I'm a same body. Me na me take test kono. Me na me take test kono at the time when I was I think 19 years. Treatment I firm and some more plan me at test kono. I was at university one. Na easy. Yet the move free honum say communication all this what for since 2007 2008 party name my power MIN can say party na kwatam director be the amount beje and answer deputy CEO be brand beje and say but we still in the political party and we still in it are you go so you feel say there ye one yes so sa aban ne ba ye betena so a government no what the obey ye be matima mu fu nyina be nya so mfa so a me so metima ni mu be me so nya so mfa so and I say be a miss me be a minim no party no no so be position be or chana be a me pekrata be a me kono wa a bit more speedy up. This is why we are in the political party. Not because we need to be in the position seat and I say it was say one limelight in him and sana young say party ni mu akono. Up until when? And a professor from Pomboatima you who's a party ni fake. Up until when? If before Obe exited the position, you know, and I can say time no catch a party ni fake. Because okay, papa ni fake no can let's go into it and delve into it. But right after o free system ni mu no and a party ni dani fake. And look, ne rebata sana Oma when he was called say general secretary issue statement. Asama ko kan ya and then the mommy who said and no na dream po. The man they making a statement no. Or say the party no party ni say now we should look at the corruption and the scandals and leading into the defeat of the party. He himself is part of the biggest reasons why we lost the election in 2024. He doesn't know. Prof, if you don't know, we the young people in the party, you do 1 year. So we have protected your interests, we have defended you for so many years, and we did not expect that this should be coming from you. And we are pained by the way you are conducting yourself. The reason is that, Prof, one your man position. My position the man wono ye fighting galamsey. The way you are the boy, why you the boy. But at the end of the day, one man wofa wunya kwan be so ye konchi say excavator tutu ayira. It was under your watch. It when we're going into 2024 elections, part of the things are then this for 200 say excavators and turbine. There were some of them under your watch. You did not know how they disappeared. It was under your watch. So that was the part of the reasons that Jama Ghana for pan. Who is that Ghana need to hold on? That's what he said. Excavator here. That's excavator and excavator any flying any wings be. That's you say you to me account for the number of excavators. Okay. Whether will be now be fun clandestinely and Nancy be no. Okay. Under your watch, you know. Idea way idea be a Ghana ni be a tia. Not you know. Say hey, you need a mercy. Prof, it was under your watch. It's a party, you know. The party of President Kufuor, the party of Nnawotwe Yi, the party of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, party, the doyen of our party, JB Dankwamone, our forebearers, Dubu Ahemu, a best struggle, Mr. Kwame Pianimu, best struggle, our party, the Kunu, see one.
So it's part of those.
Of course, Kwame Pianimu is a man I respect. Kwame Pianimu, Ubia. Or can sama or punchlines be our debema. But Kwame Pianim would not go ballistics the way a prof go ballistics. Prof for the end of the year, you or Ghana Frontiers. I mean, you didn't want you.
But I say, member of Akwachi and some call UPD and so film when I buy it too.
Say 5 minutes. No man say 5 minutes. Just on that 17. Oh, Jay. Oh, 5. Yeah, let's go. Okay, you Wakasa na Misuma Kakra.
Okay.
Yes, MPP, Oman Hinia, party no Ejija. We share mini or Tia, and we be on more the Eja. A column of when I go here. You before, oh, there be a ye. I said you will see a bar upon her, and said they will overtake MPP for. Historically, Sana MPP at ye. Nti nti nkayamo modena hwe se ombobo modena nka oma organize yourself mini omukura nka sa election ya bay nka ombe tranche next election no
why more executives
there be general elections
mama MPP in contest
presidential no we are musi
how will MPP decide to sit aside
oh there be just no man so man hwe amputu omo house in order many betina o hwe de odi ka ye so o chi aba omia ebi na ayi o ebi na ayi from bomb atin e kan ya ombu afunu from bomb atin onyom ko program bia o nyina aba omia ba omia ni dia ka se wo de ne ba amanye pa na mdu
and they say no problem
o say e opposition so strong
right come here
the baby ti wan say you can do all the propaganda you want but if the fundamentals are weak the exchange rate will expose you
over there goes
I don't kwani dia ayi ba omi adi beto for oba dia say no be kan fa dollar him
okay
ye bon pa say dollar ni cedi enyina say that alone
and your buy do the
yes enti from bon party waka asema all can say a fake the party is fake your kind of dia or say the current
current MPP
and they fake
and I current
no say on fair say nkwala no de omo ye no nkwala no
one guy executive so or say MPP party
yes but utie a figurative language
yeah okay
figurative language or kase ende the MPP aye nkwala no say party no onim no nye anunie ama odi ya no de kan na ade no mon onko tackle president Kufo na say president Kufo oba out nse mo kan
so one kan
emunye news ne dia ne mo odusi
one kan say
president Kufo dem you can say fake but said you see kan no or patch say the party no control that was a impression
exactly
oh mini have say oh yeah bias pa me so bien pa no say me kasa pena oh yeah ejia towards them president Kufo e ka pa Google ona o tia de Google na yenti asema president Maham Kufo kai it was serious he was admonishing them oya penina why president pe or the party aba prena o say de ekono o hu ne ye o di ya o kase o say Kufo ade ya kura du ba bi na ohun policy o de ebu man no na enye more indicting say the we kan Nnawotwe maklo ono wakatu papa dia so say muyi na onso okọ ono so ntakire no mo ese mo ye micro afi na mbe yi mo mpanifu a kuku damfo ene say na party na go my ma lanchira ma tiati no a forward like that ono na ka fie se nko oba ayi o oba be presidential candidate nka bia mo chance kakra yes na mo ya yi no mo yi oni ayi wa unu e okasa wa unu se o ya bihye okasa faji iti ni kwa mo tutu crofo spare passa e se na ede mo hia obia o ya yi bia no mo twomra na mo organize ye na se ya yi no hey emfa bibia ma o amo amo echi minua from pom watching he has done well hwe o kan okura kire mo mutia ebe yi amamo sa excavator si awoken so be kan ase mo se yenyema ayi party ni yeska galamse na ono o kutia no na rather mo ye say
President Kufo said okay how come a party with a philosophy and vision for humanity has been reduced to the current state, a situation we all regret or must regret. This did not happen by accident. If we carefully review the electoral history from 2016, 2020 to 2024, and if we are sincere with ourselves, we would recognize that the Ghanaian electorate has matured. nobody can deceive them, he said.
Okay, as some of no one making. Or sit at dinner NPP city, no, they say, ye. They say, no, I say, I some okay, no, broken out, and catch them my month for tea, or not to engineer the idea in Cassava Brew. We build, we don't say, or say, former President John Ejikun has issued a strong criticism of the current leadership. Or say, Penifune see a man a kuona no say no, or mon ye papa, or say almost current leadership, or mon yet. Oh, describe the state of the party as troubling, or say the party no, a tibium woman, a idea, and yet, no, okay. Or say he said the recent election results demonstrate that voters are discerning and cannot be easily misled. Or say Ghana for near Achi and near BA. And to the Omo Yen, she said, you mean take you for a ride, you Ghana for no, a battle of motor. Yes. Also, how can a party with a philosophy and vision for humanity has been reduced to the current situation? Also, then a party, now one is to dear, or more dear, see you many so, never the Yati Tina Pansam, dear Akodru say, yeah, no, now some of me can now just say, when if a Bob watching the local, what is the difference? Fit to say about Mukotri. Mina say, okay. But na kwan bia so e do
me the 2 minutes account there.
Yes, so say we okay.
See form one am go so
2 minutes account.
Okay. That be see form.
That's how now we ready we no. What do you like? Anyway, you prove my point. Always say me need draw ha. No, na ba me ade omo ye. En na ma penifo ni abre no. Ade amo ye no. Insese can we start party na titia pansam. We start from the grassroots abasro no. Ba me am person winning team say fe dey start afrisro. Yedi kai aye presidential asani abeye from the national Nwako region Nwako constituency Nwako branches what will be that because omo pese omo sisi ano omo de to aba ma baomia nti se omo asa ko to aba na baomia na besa so awini you don't do that enti eno na omo pa che se de omo ye no se omo nyina baomia ado je ma fa
solo ye monitor ni akata maso
de omo ne se Assembly, Nisemwa, and Yadia, the Professor from Water Kayan, I asked for party in Guyache. A Guyache now. You see,
a good year.
Oh, a good 2007.
2007?
And I'm Bibi Guya.
Nobody good win election.
Win election and just a wedding. I have for Bibi,
but that's now in original. Not an original show.
Oh, yeah, you know, such a major, it's a bit fun man and one who said, is there. 2007, after that famous legal declaration, Alan, yes, sir, at Tumwacha, dear, a dear, yes, you Christian quality between me. Aye, say, or no, our opportunity, say, or your rap, a good one, the second round. No, say me. Me shevu me presidential ambition na me de ma ho dia tawachi sa gesture na oyema Owurakufuado Owurakufuado enso begina simply so because Alan you follow me no we ye systematically yes obi di Alan fo nyina ni apamo mo wonya ankofo bia e wo party ndi na chi that was the beginning of the end of the party systematically ye catch of the party mu begunu ewu
baza party na o boss is here no person leading no party eguno no person leading
that's ubetwa ba 10 no unya leader
turn around
yeah na person turn around consistently a chok mo say we would go back to the principles, the founding ideals and principles. I was on Montiasio. Nti wone wo kire wadwene kituo bi MPP so da ke party a gofo kire wadwene filio wo kire wadwene a ida se wo ye MP a o ma be tu afiri so wo ye executive a o me mobilize be tu afiri so wo ntimi an o maboro to he ya party a ono akoyi ni national executives Paul Abontemi afoko kwabena Japan ne Sami Crab o makotamal o mak campaign throughout the country. I'm a delegate Sakota Malakako, chairman, general secretary, Yango Fortre, Yoga Free headquarters. Is that a party? 2016 election now MPP winning, you know. It was a matter of there was no alternative. John Mahama administration, they have that issue for 4 years. Ghana for 180 1 80. Almost the only alternative available. And they casted their minds back to the Oracle for Beye. No, so yes, I the more. be a normal baby papa. That was the only reason we win. Just a party, no, and what didn't be as because party will win 169 seats in 2016. No. By 2020, they reduced to 137.
And the Cromo
what incumbent, you know, and no answer or move no more yet your mupe. Or my reason why I was a party in the fake. Or say, Yatia, Yenina, ye can't watch a children air course. When was the last time I say MVP or my top down approach? Say, well, ye got to about to wedding choke a CC. On shen your manna and ma woodin josa. Would ye will focus? Say, you flag bearer. Now you flag bearer, 31st of January. Dear man obey. Or sorry, I know your campaigner. And your brother, Mode Brand, no one from Ghana for granted.
Provided direction for the parties.
Or no one provided direction for the party.
Let's see the nice alcohol. Ah,
and the prophecy, Sagi, we any party now, or no joining a flag bearer from top.
Now, then what's now from that decision to now?
What's all fighting? Now, Omo Yan in the same interview, so Omo Yebibia, Omo Yanokukum. And it is not far from right because even Sika no more Jeff flag bearers, he form 4.6 million a year, 46 billion OC this year. Obviously, go for military and what to Frank. A buyer about 90% of party members, no one is a sanity. Me narrated and Yagba echo one show GH1. Ever member catcher said the party was taking 4.6 or Donya Minina said Yanokre. Now, director of communication, we are bro, Namuka could take this Namu money in Kra, not dear party, no. Take no affair home.
Okay.
So, yes, and the prof for someone will kind look, we are interviewed at 10 p.m. By 6 a.m. Not General Secretary issue statement. Young kind of statement here, and so I've been point to say, so a mature General Secretary said the new patriotic party has taken steps to expel. It means a party next year between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. As she said, "Yeah, what years was Jeffrey? I am partner." Offer MPP's own constitutional assembly for the panel of uniform. A court disciplinary committee first.
Yeah, so what better one? Yes, I don't know.
Let me also with the neck straight in subsequent interviews. What's the neck? Because also disciplinary committee, you know, a tier profit, no munsem, or we are making recommendation.
Mate.
Now, open social man, also my
5 and so.
Ah, one will be 8, one will be 9. I don't know better as all every time credit. You may jam.
One in your 9.
One man, one year. Hey, edited your woman is saying,
oh, there.
Party Tibiano. And yet, party election about Tamale Central, obviously, young contest here, Johnny. And don't say, Honorable Catcher, say, Bianco, no moon cobia. He's right, because now you are Tamale Central, Mutala Frimono. Oh, Gane, oh,
they stated the reason.
I know almost some
fast or the fee, mono.
Hey, and you I was east, the American choir fast with Frimono, and also Obo Ebecas Obo contest here. Party Nyakono, and Yakono. Anything you capture Ghana for you and say, I need you to use to buy. I need you to the Methodist Church, a free Catholic will buy. I need you to the Presbyterian, so a free will buy. I need you also to the Pentecost CSC, every Presbyterian no Methodist buy, and the Munye the United Party Yabiga. Mom from one year, dinner, one from my corrupt officials, the MP. Obi a what this Chicago, a bembo for this MPP, Yampoya party. Yapegana for na Conco Yamudia, she party a quatuaba, 31st Omuku holy sinner. Omuya saw me at the boy for Omuku, the one holy sinner. Oh, 1 day, 10 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents, one quarter. Go on to Oklahoma. Go over the what is that? Or what you get in Japan? The since year 10, or about me, I did year 16, right year 13. And now no, I do to Mukaku can be cracking. Oh, I'm shut up. One day, what a mono, a chroma, Munquana Mountains, and Persia, I would do now warrior so bad. China, Muka never go.
Yeah, fancy here.
Every day you fancy here. Come on, so you Martina.
Would I do? My uncle, telephone lines have been activated. Lines are on the screen. Pick it. But move away from TV. I mean, don't listen to yourself on a TV. Tell who on the phone line sends in. Come on. Hi, good morning. Okay, I'm told that Emerson. I see something here. Pure Ghanaian gold, crafted into eternal elegance, from the heart of our soil to the soul of your style. Gold board jewelry weaves heritage artistry into modern luxury. With every piece whispers a story of tradition, beauty, and unmatched excellence. Now, yes, gold board jewelry in Ethiopia, you're buying pure gold. Yenya no local ye to organ hayani diamo. Artistry are on a heritage while ye embrace a contemporary luxury. Timeless pieces designed to elevate every moment. Hi Ben, yes, over if you're Boise. Ken from Obuasi, good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Mami Tiwe.
Me child no be for you now. I want to say.
Oh, me hoye, me jini sa also hoye. Me enko.
Yami do me hoye pa. Me ni ama kan sempi wow na de mu di twa to ya na me kabi. Professor Frimpong Boati, ya odie bi na woni muntu na mo ade kasasa.
Oh, yeah, you're a Ken ewa ho. Also bet me after lines na TV no so no yending komo. 2 p.m. Good morning. 2 p.m. Otemen kama minti hotel. Okay. Now, Gold Board Jewelry was showrooms in Ebia or Diamond House, our Kimbo Road, Accra. Obet me from was 0555 810005. Oxford Street, Osu Ebiwaho, Otele Avenue, East Legon, Marina Mall, Spintex, Community 11, Tema, Ampoma Arcade, Kumasi, and a Prempeh the First International Airport, Ewa Kumasi. Obet me after 0531 040808 Nakoto Gold Board Jewelry Papabi Fashion Comfort Nabi Biancoye. Discover a collection that marries heritage with modern luxury. Good morning. But you also met me after on the lines on the screen and I hear to me anywhere didn't come. Zagode. Okay, me more just a minute, but okay, now they are Frasa Economic Advisory Team.
In fact, New Patriotic Party, any fake party.
Okay.
Look, of Ekasa, and the baby, or Canasa, or Kagumsa, Sammy, Goop, I eat Garimu, San, and the NDC. Oh, Nipa, Yankupon fan the currency, Jerry John Rawlings is a person who took over power.
Okay, but hold on, I mean, for Joe. Joe, good morning. Joe, good morning. Hello, Joe. Hey, Joe, you are Casa de Lado. Joe, good morning. Hey, Joe. Can I say you cry?
Jerry John Rawlings will take you over power through coup d'etat. Sana Kunyano so. At the BFA PNDC. At the bar, I the BFA NDC. As an Oku 2000. On the Chichita party in the Muja. You cry as in the Muja or the sign party into inception. Munyan were party. Most of my current national chairman of the NDC cracker, so a backing dog, Mochino, would not say boom. Oh, baby. Just a Makan Sama, yen Sama, and what she actually even the founder of the party. But in for a work NDC, Dokamabu Kruma no name, Swedre declaration, Ma, Madiakumani, a Piama to a Gumukruma. Professor Frimpong watching Sama, okay. Obian will say a year, dear no dear. Machina won't say, party no. When Timin Casa at the airport, he say no Kunuman, Tiamakuna fake. Woman work on Sabi, Obiakobo first degree BSA a fake first degree, and a PhD BSA a fake PhD.
Mamin come over by good morning.
Good morning, on my young for Nnawotwe.
Yeah, we are Mamin Tiwe.
Yo, Mamin Boma Basu, Namin Tiami boss can I go and pay. On my young MPP Amayo Kuonu dear. And my papa President Mama started or she said ya to Amagana for me. Che Mupati me a good poto. And now for what MPP Munina, our Mukan Ukraine now, Mupa more to party. And the party now what you tell me. Yes, Tramu, opposition, strong. Yes, opposition party, I bet the Japan.
Okay.
And that's a good year. I bet they do over 40 years as a matter. It's a young look at the ya 2 points. Don't show you one near my President Mama, and the Amubat opposition.
All right. Mankind in Alambela says Dr. Baumia is winning the primaries and will take over from President Mahama. Slow burn said Bawa. Okay, Basaba GH watching you live from Tamakoni 2. BBC. Yo, Medasi. Also between our friend on the lines are on the screen. 0302211701 0302211702 up to 3 na yen come on. Solo. Economic management team. I don't know one can be.
One can
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Me pacho dini baby everything ain't you?
Yeah, try again.
Shrag mami tio. Suraj menteo kasa na o kana but me pacho enye economic management team economic advisory team enomati solo
Mr. Man, no man, we not called about on that one finally.
And the 20 seconds
you'll be the same Mr. Pampier. He's a man I respect. I've read about him. Deep knowledge. He's on the advisory team. Say President are composing the so at the end of the day, President will be to compose whoever he wants to compose. But how much I've been next over far. Over far. The party if we were on strong, then we will be to say Mr. Wampa. Ono say so no under Bank of Ghana on the time na back 2015-2016 or in microfinance companies are best come Ghana for near there. So people are raising parents around on only say the for instance by advisory. So I don't think there's enough time for even us to delve into it. But you better find say President Tatisa in the coming days more on the web solo.
Medase no wona msiminuano no. The medane say economic indicators no. Ekoyi. Say ekoyi
but do we need a team looking at the current economy?
Well, normally, team no me face more because advisory role no me there. Mobile play. Obe make to 1-5 there. Obe kai say ore kufu ado abreso. Almost a 14-man advisory team on the forex. You we na city nam 17 city. Na just advise normal man as omo man yemfa. Ti ye de adwuma shura mahamansa 1460 this near the man no. We twem be almost 390 tiaka be 1080 or so the mihian say obey focus first year watumi aboa manioma indicators in bebre there about from baby a transformation or enter to productive aspect of the economy ye be expand ya mebunu dodo na eni nyuma no o manye biaye se mebunu nya adwuma holala o ma nya adwuma you come na mebunu de mo na mo abreso nipa 1 million de call poverty threshold e was started region over 300,000 asante region kwa mo de nipa 300,000 people abibia ba ya
that na
over 300,000 people buy wa pamo
na me united party
was 1 to 3 united party be nipa miensa na be buy
Kubi no dey any from papa mu kwa bio. That two parties way.
Buso ofasa 1-3 no. And one some say. What did can tell? See the papa could be aduma ba could be any party. What man ye?
Mo kuse ya na
yeah.
Yo, and say President Mama in all his wisdom no and all the artists ku yi. Ohwe first year no enema atoto yi amaye debt to GDP akofam bank rates policy rates ukobobosia akofem inflation akofem CD and CD to dollar and also aye fuel and then the cry tissue and every indication aye na dodo nam dodo and say kwan I think that he wants to maintain this a year gaze when is offer eminent people not partisan who share campaign okra no akai or nipa yesusa no now but na a TV so ka economy ho asem a utimi say yes or knowledge no and Dr. Nyamson or no so ka ho bi and we you know a gold Ashanti gold a friend Jonah some Jonah so count these are men or me tried and tested really so per se on a backbone sade na ekochiwa no mo atin mi ti se ma so de on say se bia akufo do 18 akufo de o kakura ontie and it's very good thing na omo nhwe se gains yenyen no obetumi sustain or sustain they should not even try at all now nhwe se scandals are we mu chai within 1 year na scandal PDS
thank you very much yemre aso yemfansia me pacho medase say o share show nyame adomo a yebesa hia na wotwe dey nim so for ma me cheje mfi o share fi second. Good morning to you. Na bomo be really o anda dole manzin no mu am se mabe na de fro me no boko asole flori ne bo ho asole am so ye ko bolo ne ye prepare ke ko asole na mum de bla no ye bla ne ye ra ka gana ma na e ko ya you know see ye na da panema le ya you ni na ya really nkomo. Good morning to you. We meet again, God willing, next week Saturday.